Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Tammy Marotra, and I'm a co-leader for the middle school outreach group. And today we're going to be talking about some of our metrics and our benchmarks for the rest of the semester. Our main goal for the semester was to promote STEM to the middle schools in Tallahassee, specifically IT. And we made our goal to offer our services in basically any way that we could, catering towards the lesson plans that the teachers would give us, or we would come up with some of our own lesson plans. So our original goal for the semester was to visit 3 middle schools in Leon County, and we had the goal of using, more of a hands-on approach, going back and forth with the students, getting them really involved with each other. And some of the goals that we wanted to teach, some of the topics were Java, databases, and even careers in IT. Not necessarily just what we're learning in our IT classes, but what the future holds for IT, since it is such a booming industry.
So for our project, we're using the survey method to measure our success. What we do is we design a survey for each school that caters to specific lesson plans. So if it was the lesson plan was dealing with Java, we'd ask a question about Java and so on. What we do is we do a pre and a post survey for the students, and then we also send an email to the teacher asking them how they thought the lesson went. So this is going to give us both qualitative and quantitative data that we can use to compare how we've done and how we've met our goals. And then also we're using our goals that we set at the beginning of the project to measure our success.
So as far as benchmarks go, we divided it by 6 different benchmarks. One being divide up schools to each member in our group. Two being contact as many faculty members as possible, whether it's the principal, the guidance counselor, the tech teacher, so we can set up a day and come actually visit the school. The third would be build a lesson plan to cater to the needs of the school itself. The fourth would be actually go and visit the school. Five would be always send out follow-up surveys, to see how we did as instructors and how the students actually reacted to our lesson plan. And then six being analyze all the data that we received. So far we have visited only one school, Maclay, this past Monday actually, and we are visiting our next school next week, RA Middle School. We're also setting up a visit with Fort Braden and with Fairview Middle School. Our original timeline did get pushed back because getting in contact with some teachers was difficult. They would answer our initial emails, but going back and forth with each other would just it would get too messy sometimes. So we sent over 30 emails in one day to anyone we could possibly think of and pass our information to someone. And then finally we got the ball rolling, and now we do have exactly 3 schools that we want to go ahead and teach at.
So for our project, we actually have been running into a lot of issues. First, we were running into issues with getting in contact with schools. So we would basically call, email, and still not get a response, or we would get a response one time and then not again, or we would just flat out get told no from the schools. We actually had Griffin and Swift Creek flake out on us, so we had a meeting set up with Swift Creek and they basically just wouldn't email us back, and then the same thing with Griffin. Deer Lake flat out told us no from the first email, and then I personally have emailed 4 people at Cobb, called, left messages, and still can't get a response. Because it's spring break of this past 2 weeks for us and for them, and then it also being testing season, and with the spring semester being a little bit shorter, we're running into issues of teachers not having time for us to come and meet. We also had Andrew have that tragic accident, and he was the only one that knew Python in our group, and that was what Maclay wanted, so we kind of got pushed back on that, and we tried to work with coeducation, but because of some timing constraints, we couldn't work with them. But now we're kind of facing the issues of our teammates not being able to attend things or not being responsive to things. So we're trying to give them opportunities to where they can show participation, but we're still not really getting a lot. Hopefully they'll start stepping up. This is excluding Andrew, who has attended a lot of things. But as for our recent progress, I would say we're on a 2 right now. We're right on schedule. We have our 2 schools set up and then should be finishing up with our project.